I genuinely did not know Drake and Kendrick have hated each other this long. And apparently, yeah, their beef goes way back. This is like the biggest point that it's been at. In the grand scheme of things, it's these two guys talking about how much they hate each other. And it's fueling hate, and people are just eating it up. And I don't really like that. But someone had a really awesome perspective on it, which is this beef is making Drake not be like a pop star, but be a rapper. And it also got Kendrick to produce on a regular basis. Once again, save the date. August 31st, Too Many Burgers, second annual live event. Food trucks, the movie theater theme.
I know you have already publicly stated the date and whatnot, but have Austin or Trevor reached out at all about confirmation whether or not they could be there?
Oh my gosh.
There is a crisis?
That is a crisis.
Today, we're going to be talking mostly about Too Many Burgers 2 event coming up in August, the very last day of August.
Mostly talk about the details, stuff like that. This is what you send your friend if they want to know everything about what's going on, okay?
Make lots of promos from this episode.
Everybody is back in their chairs, finally. We love to see it. Well, that was a little tiff, huh?
He's still angry at me.
That is okay, okay? This podcast is built on hating each other, okay?
The problem is that I had nothing to do with this.
Jordan, I love you.
Okay, thank you. I love you.
Sime, I love you.
Jordan, I love you.
This says cloaca juice in circles.
We're right now talking about how we all have fake jobs now. He works at a paper mill. We don't talk about his old jobs. And now I'm a professional movie critic. So yeah, take me seriously when talking about movies. And this guy works where?
He's a painter.
You're a painter now.
Painter?
Yeah, You're a painter.
Okay.
What?
He's your brother?
Might as well be. I mean,
we've known each other for a very, very, very long time. We worked at together. We worked at a grocery store together.
We worked at an unknown location.
that was in the past.
Great, Isaac. Now you've made work for us. Now we have to go through and bleep that.
I want to do music for a living. First steps are just putting music out there. I overthink way too much about it, and making something, by myself and then trying to share that with people. There's definitely an anxiety, but just the fact that I can look back and I have 4 released songs. I'm proud of myself for that. Yeah. It didn't get 1 million views. None of my things have gotten 1 million views, but I'm getting there.
I think about the quote, don't be afraid to be bad at something you're new at. Jordan and I, we talk about being consistent all the time.
Yeah.
And that was really what we wanted to rely on in our early days, is being consistent. It might not have been the best audio quality every single time, but in the early days, if you only have this one thing and it's not the best, you got to put it out for the sake of living.
Yeah.
Just briefly, why did you start Kiko's Hood TV?
I started doing it because obviously I got my son in boxing. So I always recorded the fights, but I just recorded them. So I started going live. I didn't want so many people in my regular Facebook that I didn't really know. They just were there watching the fights. So I decided to make another one, which is Kiko's Hood TV. The reason why I named it Kiko's Hood TV is because you get what you get. I'm not editing nothing. If we say something to offend somebody, it's just the truth. Hey, that boxer sucks. You suck, man. Fix it. You know what I mean?
I was actually beyond surprised sitting at the end that there was a lot of people that I knew as voice actors in this. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Robert Pattinson, Christian Bale, Florence Pugh, Mark Hamill. You got Kamiko from The Boys. You watch The Boys?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Heck
Yeah. Dave Bautista. You know, I had a feeling that when I heard that King talk, I was like, who's that?
I was like,
that guy gonna cut
there's
a promo?
Batista. This wasn't Robert Pattinson's first one either, was it?
I was pleasantly surprised
yeah.
how well, like, I would not have known that was Robert Pattinson.
I don't even
absolutely
know
not.
which one was Robert Pattinson.
He's the Heron.
He's the Heron.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what threw everyone for a loop. It was like, whoa.
I was like, he has a career path that's not just acting,
Batman.
but voice acting.
Yeah, I went to Wrestling Revolver this past weekend, and it was
to talk about for
it was awesome. Logan, you into wrestling at all?
I'm not.
You ever used to be into wrestling?
No.
Sorry. Do you know John Cena?
Of course I know.
We're gonna get
John
along just fine. Yeah, I went to Wrestling Revolver. A lot of W's, a couple L's, but we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna stay on the positive side this week. Logan, have you ever watched Cobra Kai?
I have not watched it. I know about it.
There was an actor from Cobra Kai that was at the wrestling show, and he wrestled Matt Cardona, the indie god. And Bubba Ray Dudley came out, and they set a fire on table together and smashed Matt Cardona through it. My nephew saw that. He thought that they killed him. Tyrion was crying. We had to walk to Steph DeLander, and we had to have her tell him that he's going to be okay.
Yeah, word of the week. Word of the week.
Word of the week, sir.
Sanguine.
Sanguine means optimistic or positive, especially in a difficult or uncertain situation.
You are the least sanguine person I've ever met.
I'm usually pretty optimistic. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know about that one.
Literally 4 minutes later.
Jordan, what you learned this week?
What I relearned was lower your expectations and you won't be disappointed.
That sounds so sad.
You
How
just
not
relearned
sanguine. How not sanguine of you.
Yeah. I'd rather live in a tiny apartment in a great location than a huge house in a terrible location.
Define terrible location, really.
I'd rather live in a giant house in the middle of nowhere with no one around me.
Yeah, but that would not fit under your own definition of terrible, though.
True.
You live in a huge house, but you have 12 neighbors, okay? And they're all Jeezy.
I could deal with that.
Okay. And they're all my mom.
I could deal with that.
Who's someone that you hate? Say it publicly on the podcast right now.
I don't.
Mallory, do you hate anybody?
I don't. That's a lot of effort.
Mallory is a very loving
I can
and kind
dislike
person.
people. There may be people I dislike. Hate, that's a lot of effort.
We are doing Cedar Ridge, Iowa bourbon whiskey, handcrafted in small batches. This is a private cask selection. It is a maple syrup single barrel from 2019. This is single-handedly the greatest bourbon whiskey I've ever had in my entire existence.
And we're having it in honor of my cat, Liam.
Not only that, this was what I was drinking the night that I first met Liam.
That's right. We were in the basement here, too.
This is a special occasion.
Yeah, and you're finally nearing the end of it.
I've been saving what little I have left because, this doesn't exist anymore.
Evan and JJ, what are you guys partaking in?
We're sharing a Dr. Pepper.
Heck yeah.
To Liam.
To Liam. Oh, my gosh.
I knew you weren't going to like that at all, Isaac.
Well, it's bourbon.
Yeah.
Bourbon burns.
So, Esteban, how many tattoos you got, bro?
Honestly, I have no idea. I'm fully covered.
Really?
Yeah, like my chest, my back, my legs.
Who do you go to?
I got married a couple years ago to a tattoo artist. She used me as her piece of paper to practice on everything.
Really?
She's like, "Hey, would you like this tattoo today?" And I'm like, "Not particularly." And they're like, "All right,
Well,
great.
that's nice."
I'll see you at 2 p.m." Eventually I got fully covered, and then we got divorced, and then now I'm with someone else.
Dude, you have at least $5,000 worth of ink on your body for free.
Oh, absolutely.
Is your ex-wife single?
No.
Who asks a question like that?
That is
A person who just learned
That was the wrong one.
that she does tattoos on her men for free. I have a friend. He is 24 next month. Wow.
That's crazy.
He's expecting his second kid.
Holy crap, and I can't even have one.
But you?
I can't even have a girlfriend, damn it.
There's a
You
lot
don't need
of-
a girlfriend to have a kid.
I guess
Not
true.
anymore.
True.
Come on.
True.
Yeah, you can have a baby mama.
You could
That's
just
true.
like
Hell, you
put
can
up
have-
a Craigslist listing, be like, "Hey, I want a child. You don't have
Whoa,
to."
whoa, whoa, no. No,
Or
you cannot buy children off of Craigslist.
I need a woman to impregnate. Okay, that's the only effort you need to put in here.
Here's how you
Sign its rights
here's
away
how-
on birthday.
Here's how you mass produce your production. Okay.
Mass
You
produce, okay.
simply donate.
Well, yeah,
Donate
but
sperm.
then you never see any of those
And
children.
okay, exactly. I'm just saying.
Multiverse of Madness versus the first Avengers.
Oh, dog.
First Avengers, for sure.
Multiverse of Madness.
Are you kidding?
You really think Avengers
Yes.
is better than Multiverse of Madness?
Yes.
You are so unfathomably wrong that I want to punch you right now. Multiverse of Madness is like top 3 for me, my guy.
Avengers was amazing. Avengers is like
A good for the time, but it's kind of
no.
now.
Avengers is a timeless movie.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Jordan, out of this entire story line of movies, there's only going to be a few that people will still talk about forever. Avengers, the first Avengers, is one of them. I can't believe that we're having this right now.
I can't believe that you honestly think that's a better movie.
Hey Siri, call Syme.
And we're joined here today by a very special guest today, Austin Meggers.
Whoa.
Austin, first question. What's it like to have such a problematic last name?
So valid, actually.
Really?
What's
I
your
would
last
love
name?
to hear a
Dude,
couple
okay,
stories.
okay. Meggers.
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 You hear that, Spotify?
Meggers.
Meggers.
It's German. So I was in sports and stuff, and my parents, I asked them, like, there's this guy he had like a workout program to like increase like athleticism and stuff like that, help you be better at sports or whatever. This person's name is Ryan Smith, and he's black.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start out with that. I don't know, I was doing exercise and stuff, and someone says my name, and Ryan Smith just goes, "What the fuck you just say?" And I was like, yeah, we just discussed, like, no. He said my last name. He's like, "What's your last name?" And he said Meggers. He's like, "Damn, that's close." I was like, "Yeah."
He said,
But,
damn,
yeah.
that's close. The past is the past. Let's focus on what good things happened and capitalize on the next year.
2020 was a good year.
For who?
For me!
Why?
Because there were no people. Okay, I saw gas at 75 cents a gallon. I can now be one of those old people that can look at their grandkids and be like, I remember when gas was 75 cents a
I don't
gallon.
think I saw it get below $1.75.
No, in literally in Ankeny,
the gas is cheapest in Ankeny.
75 cents a gallon.
Some of my friends would drive all the way from like downtown Des Moines to Ankeny to get the cheapest gas.
It was a good year.
All right.
I don't care what anybody says.
Beautiful. Question for next week?
Yeah, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, for real?
Favorite
Okay.
ice cream, yeah.
Cool. Okay. Separate question. Do you think a Nintendo DS is a console?
We're going to beat the crap out of Jordan.
Why, did he say it was?
Yes!
It's not.
Exactly!
It's a handheld portable system. It's not a console. What the fuck is
You
wrong
have been
with you?
debunked.
Handheld console. That's what it said in the definition.
Well, they're wrong.
Which in turn means you're wrong.
Which, hey, man, that's not your fault. They screwed up. All right?
Okay. So...
My favorite flavor of ice cream.
Is failure. Got it.
Cotton candy.